Horrific train tragedy. Politics has also unfortunately erupted over the tragedy, with the opposition training guns at the Modi government. The opposition demanded that accountability be fixed and that the Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw should step down, taking moral responsibility for the tragedy. They also raised questions on the railway safety, saying instead of focusing on high-speed trains, the focus should first be on basic rail safety. In fact, some of the opposition leaders, including West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, also flagged the lack of anti-collision device, saying that had that been in place, the tragedy could have been averted.
वो ऐसा है एंटी कॉलिशन डिवाइस कि एक लाइन में दो ट्रेन आ जाएगा तो उसमें रुक जाएगा। अगर कोई ट्रेन सामने पड़ा है तो रुक जाएगा। लेकिन मैं जब रेल मिनिस्टर इधर में है तो मैं यही कहने चाहूंगा, आप देख लीजिए, इसमें एंटी कॉलिशन डिवाइस नहीं लगाया। जितना तक मेरे को जानकारी है, अगर एंटी कॉलिशन डिवाइस लगाता था तो कोई इंसिडेंट नहीं होता।
Well, Times Now reporters Aishwarya and Nyamika on the broadcast with us to get us the details. Aishwarya, politics unfortunately playing out. In fact, some of the opposition leaders also visiting this spot. We also had this statement that came in from Mamata Banerjee at a time when a probe is on to find out the exact cause of this tragic incident. Mamata Banerjee going on to announce that if the anti-collision device was in place, then the tragedy could have been averted.
Well, in response to that, clearly Ashwini Vaishnaw has stated that it is nothing to do with the Kavach. In fact, the reason and the root cause that has found out by the Railway Commissioner of Safety clearly had stated that it is due to the interlocking changing in the electronic device, and therefore the reason perhaps this mishap happened. But certainly the politics is gearing up. In fact, the Congress leaders, including Sanjay Nirupam, also targeted the Railway Ministry, saying that how can the report can come in very soon. It's just a day after the tragic incident happened, and if there has been the root cause which have been identified, then they should make this particular report public. In fact, Congress is going to do a press conference at 12 noon with Pawan Kheda and Shakti Singh Gohel, where they will be targeting the central government that why not there had been anti-collision device that was that was inserted in the in the engines of that particular track. But remember, it is the Times Times Now who had got the report that was filed by then Principal Commissioner in February, where he clearly stated that there could be some changes that could be done, and the letter was also written to the South Western Railways at that time, so that during that time, if the work would have been done, then this mishap could be averted. So yes, the Congress and the other opposition leaders clearly targeting the Railway Ministry as well as the central government, but on the other side, both Ashwini Vaishnaw, Dharmendra Pradhan and multiple central leaders who are there at the ground clearly stating that they are trying, their first priority is to get the trains, trains and the tracks to be in the normal place, so that the route can restart. The normalcy is something that is the priority of the Railway Ministry, and therefore the reason all work is being done. On the other side, the investigation is being done, and the people who are responsible had already been identified, and the action will be taken. But certainly the politics over it is blooming as far as the opposition leaders are concerned.
Okay, all right. Stay with us. Let's play out that reaction that came in from the Union Railways Minister. He spoke about what the preliminary reports suggest at a time when politics is playing out, and there are a lot of speculations on what exactly was the reason why the unfortunate accident took place. Ashwini Vaishnaw talking about the electronic interlocking system and saying that that was the reason for this accident, and it has nothing to do with the Kavach system that is being questioned by the opposition. Let's play out that reaction.
कवच का इससे कोई संबंध नहीं। कल ममता जी आके बोल के गई थी, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक इंटरलॉकिंग में जो चेंज किया जिसके कारण ये दुर्घटना हुई, जिसने भी किया, जिसने भी जो भी इसके कारण है वो इन्वेस्टिगेशन से निकलेगा। इसका बात जो ममता जी ने कही वो नहीं है।
Nyamika, this was the clarification that came in from the Union Railways Minister. He clarified that it was not about the anti-collision device. In fact, since yesterday, there have been several questions raised on the Kavach system, which is in place. clarification that has come in from the government as well, that it is the electronic interlocking system that is to blame, while also saying that this is not the time for politicizing this tragedy. This is a time for the opposition to also work together with the government to help the victims.
Well, that's absolutely right. However, when many of the opposition leaders have also expressed their condolences for the families who have lost their loved ones. However, on the other hand, we have also seen that there are certain leaders within the opposition who have raised pertinent questions against the Modi government, as they have been questioning repeatedly that the government needs to tell us whether there was a covered system being installed in all these trains or not, because they have also slammed the central government and railway minister in particular by saying that the government is basically trying more focusing more on the advertising, more on the marketing, and increasing the number of trains, increasing the revenue of the railway ministry, rather than focusing on the safety and security of the passengers. For that matter, now we have also seen the Congress General Secretary Randeep Singh Surjewala has also put out 9 questions before the Modi government, in which he has clearly mentioned that earlier also we have seen that how the chief managing, the operating manager of the Southern Western Railway had pointed out that there is a major lapse, there is a difficulty in the signalling system, and for that matter he had also written a letter. However, that letter was being ignored by the railway ministry, and for that matter even during the Chintan Shivir, which had been done just a few hours before this accident when it was being done, for that matter also the railway minister had avoided many of the presentations which were being due by all these zonal railways regarding the safety and security of the passengers. It was being more focused on the increasing revenue and the increasing number of trains for the marketing of various companies, and for that matter a letter was also being written to the railway ministry. That was being pointed out by the Congress General Secretary Randeep Singh Surjewala, blaming the Modi government, blaming the railway ministry for that matter, because they are saying they are mentioning that it is the main focus of the Modi government regarding the marketing of the railway ministry, how it can be used for increasing the revenue, and for that matter they are asking for the accountability.
Yes.
They are saying that accountability needs to be
In fact,
fixed, and
the preliminary report has
been
been submitted, but it has also raised several questions on what was really the cause of this accident. And yes, these questions need to be raised to the government, but like the government has been saying, there's a time and place for politics, and this perhaps is not the time for it, at a time when the government is working towards ensuring help for the victims. But yes, accountability needs to be fixed. Requesting you to stay on with us. We're slipping into a very short break here. We'll be right back. To stay with us.